Oh, really?
He doesn't get it. He's got brain freeze.
So the real joke is.
Will you get brain freeze again? Like,
Great number.
April Fools. The real joke is brain.
brain freeze. Where's Mario? Brain freeze, you get it, like, throat, chest. Yeah, my mom gets it in your chest.
Brain chest
My head.
or freeze chest?
No, like, I don't know.
That's what you were. You wouldn't be called a brain freeze then.
I don't know.
You got it?
Second time I keep this stupid tread. I've just been betrayed.
Can I have it?
I'm John.
Let's go. Betrayed.
Hey,
Hey.
you know what? You know Chris Rock is the comedian that got slapped by Will Smith?
Yeah.
Do you know what Chris Rock saw in the mirror the next morning?
Yeah, rock.
A rock in his face.
No, he saw Fresh Prince. He used to be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith. Fresh Prince.
Was that his joke? Well,
I
guy.
heard it somewhere.
Guys, did you see this? Did you guys see that picture? Did you see the picture of the cheek? What's it called? He had a cheek like it was like his
French queen.
Doesn't have the answers.
What's your name? Oh, the worst.
Yeah. Homework about that.
I don't know.
You know, when it's on the thing,
He told you.
Hey, do you
That
think
was on the- that was-
Dwayne and The Rock the same person? I know.
What? Dwayne Johnson.
They're not.
Oh, and the rock?
Dwayne Johnson is his name. The Rock's name is Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
It's the same person.
WWE's name.
What? Seriously, it's all right. All right, we had what? 6 problems last night. I left my answer key upstairs. You guys, we'll see if we agree on answers for these. No, it's not an April Fool's. What was the first ones? 14 through 16? Okay, what did you guys get for the 2 answers here for 14?
X equals -1, X equals
-1, -5?
Is it like up in his room?
Yeah.
I got it.
Where is it? I don't know. That's so fucking lame. I thought I'd write it down. Might be over on the table. Did anybody get different answers for that one?
Yeah, I got -2. I don't know.
Okay, let's work this out then. Did everybody get different answers? Couple. All right, let's check it out. How many got this? Anybody get this? Because there's not much effort to put your hand up if you got it. My goodness. All right. 2x squared. What's the other rest of the problem? -5. Okay. What do we do first? Go ahead. Which is what? So what multiplies to -10 that adds to -3? And what do I got, guys?
Negative.
-5 and +2? So let's put the +2 here. And let's put the -5 here. Okay? Okay, what are the factors of 2x squared plus 2x? 2x? Okay, what's left? Everybody good? What are my factors for -5x minus 5? Yeah, good. Take the -5 out. Because that's negative, take it out. So I'm going to take -5 out of here and here. What's left, Liv? X plus uno. And there we go. Okay, what's my GCF? Okay, that's one of my parenthesi. And then there's my other set. There's my other set. Okay? So I got 1. Excuse me. I got that. Right? And then add 5. Add 5. Divide by 2. That's your second answer. That's your second answer. You guys very good on that? So this was 5/2. What'd you get for 15? Anyone want to share their answer? What'd you get, John?
I got 2 and negative 1/3.
Oh, +2. Do we agree on that one? Everybody agrees on that one? 16, what'd you get? I'm going to bring, guys, I would rewrite this like this. I'd bring everything over to the left and keep my x squared positive. That's what you should have done there. Okay? And it would be what? 1 positive, 1 negative, 4 and 10 don't work. 8 and 3 do work. No, they don't. 8 and 5. So it'd be what? Should have been -8, +5. Does that make sense? Should have been this, guys. And now this is 1, so all you have to do is this. It should have been this, that. I don't know why I keep writing 3. It should have been this. Does that make sense? So what are my solutions? 8 and -5. 8 and -5. All right. What did we get for 17? Oh, I'm sorry, 20. 20. Guys, we're not going to have like one like this on the quiz, so don't worry about that one. What'd you get for 20? I would do this to start this problem. I would bring both the 13x and the 7 over by subtracting them. Did you find it?
No luck.
Really?
Better way.
April Fools.
Oh, what is this?
Money. Each time does weird shit. Yeah, I like my seats.
All right. Does that make sense? That's what I would do to solve 20. What do we get for an answer for 20? Why do you guys switch in seats? Just move back to your seat. No, I don't care. You can sit there.
I couldn't tell the difference, John.
I look at Dorian and go, Dorian, did you do something different to your hair? Guys, what do we get for an answer for 20? What'd you get, Zach?
-1/2 and 7.
Do we agree on that? Lexus, you agree? Because you got to take it over to the other side.
I made the -2x squared negative, and I kept the other 2 positive, and I still got the same answer.
Okay, that's fine, but then you have to factor out a -1. You know what I'm saying? Which is a pain in the butt. I mean, it's not a pain, but you always want to keep a positive when you can. Yeah, you can still get it. All right, let's move on. Hey guys, get your laptops out.
April Fools.
Ooh, I don't know why I answered. I'm not sorry.
Oh, Mr. Burgers.
I'm sorry.
Oh, laptops.
Mine's
I got those two there. Yeah. Hey guys. The whole back row on this side. I'm not going around socializing. I'm here.
Have you done any?
Who didn't get one?
Me?
Just right here.
No.
Who didn't get one?
Oh,
Just for me?
teachers on the first name.
Oh.
That's how you.
Yeah, that's like. What's your Parker? What's your first name?
Mister?
That's my brother's name.
What?
You can
What do you think it
Your
is?
first name is my brother's name.
What is it?
Mikey.
It's Mike.
That's such
All
a
right.
good name. Oh my goodness.
Actually, it's Michael.
Oh, Michael.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael
But I
is
go
my
by
brother's
Mike.
name. But we call him Mike.
All right.
No, he goes by Mr. Parker.
He goes by Parker.
Hello, what's your name? My name is Matthew.
Hey, listen, I told you to stop drinking before school.
Connor. Miss Connor. I mean, Miss Copeland.
All right. Hey guys, listen. Let's do a couple of these. Go to. Wait, can you zip it, please? Guys, 1 through 8. Maybe 1 through 7. 7. 1 through 7, you're going to use Desmos. Okay? Now, make sure you understand this. When we use Desmos, that's the only time we're going to get decimal answers. Other time with fractions. So if you give us, when you work them out, like get square roots and stuff, we don't do decimals, do we? No. Decimals are fine with Desmos. All right, so let's go ahead and do these. Why don't we do this, guys, just for time's sake? And why don't we do this one, and this one. And then we'll do the word problem together. So why don't you guys do 1, 3, and 6 right now? 1, 3, and 6. I'll grab me a little Desmos too. 1, 3, and 6. All right. Guys, work by yourselves. Okay. Everybody just watch up here, please. Stop what you're doing. Here's 1 in Desmos. Guys, when you're graphing a parabola, some lines too, if you have the x in, I don't have to, you can put y equals g of x, whatever. Okay, there's my answer. Okay, we're just looking for the zeros, the x values, right? So -5 and 3. Is everybody okay with those two? Or number 1? Okay. Again, guys, you can write it like this. You can go x equals -5 and x equals 3, or you can do x equals bracket -5, comma 3 bracket. Either one's fine. All right, why don't you guys go ahead and do the next one I had you guys do. Was it 3? Okay. Guys, 3's up on the screen. Now, to take that positive 3 over the other side, don't forget, we have to do what? Subtract it, right? So here are my two zeros. Negative 0.5, -3, positive 3. Are we okay on that? Does anybody have any problems with Desmos so far? Okay, now. One, 3, and 6, right? Okay, now, remember, for 5 and 6, I believe there's a line and a parabola. We're trying to find where the line hits the parabola, where they intersect. Could be what? None, 1, or 2, right? Okay, so go ahead and do 6. Okay, that's what I got. Now, again, we're looking at what values here, guys? X values. Round to hundredths place. So what's this going to round to hundredths place? Negative 4.59. Okay. What would this round to hundredths place? Liv? 1.09. Those are your two answers. And I changed my mind. I want you to do number 4. Wait, not 4. Hang on. Yeah, go ahead and do 4. Oh, I know I was going to tell you. Oh, you know what? Negative 1/2 minus negative 1/2, 3. He taught this different. He taught like graphing both of them. You know, one side. You taught it different, didn't you? When you did like for 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
He taught like I'm gonna graph
2x squared minus 5x.
2x squared minus 5x, and on the second side y equals 3.
And see where they cross.
Yes.
That's one way.
Okay. So guys, on number 4, why don't you graph 0.5x squared minus 3x, and then treat the second one y equals. You got to put y equals on the -6, or it won't graph as a line. So I'm going to treat each side separately. point. Okay. Here's number 6. Do they cross? Okay, so what do we write? No solution on that. Yep.
Now, what if you did it this way? Guys, these are just two options. Do you agree this is the one Mr. Parker graphed? He graphed the left side and the right side and wanted to see where they are equal, and they weren't. What if you add the 6 over and you get this? Where will this parabola over here, this would be one graph. Where would this equal 0? Good. Because they didn't cross up here, this thing's not going to hit the x-axis. Do you agree? And you could, Mr. One.
Graph it. Right there. Yeah. Is it +6?
+6, yep. Equals 0. Or, I guess, y equals. You could say equals y. Might have to do equals y. No? Oh, there it is.
No.
Do you see how that graph doesn't, if you're doing it this way, you're looking for x-intercepts, because that's where y equals 0. Does it? Does it have any x-intercepts?
I think that's what we did for 3.
Does it have any x-intercepts? No. This is the second way to do it, the way Mr. Parker graphed it a minute ago. Did they ever cross? No. 2 ways to do the same thing. Does that make sense, or is that confusing? Make sense?
Okay, guys, let's do the baseball player. Throwing a ball.
Real quick, did you write no solution then? Or 4? No solution. Okay.
Okay, so graph that. The equation they gave us for number 7. And guys, you can use X instead of T. Something wrong. Plus 40x plus 6. Huh. Oh, there it is. All right. Guys, look at the first question. It says, how many seconds is the baseball above 20 feet? Okay, what controls the feet, guys? The X or the Y? The Y does. Do you remember how we got this? Remember what we did? We put another equation of a line that what? Cut across my parabola at what? 20 feet. How much? What equation would that be? Y equals 20. Good. Put that in, guys, right as another equation here. Y equals 20. Okay, click on that. Should be 2 of them. Let me go in on that.
You're like a magician up there.
Yeah. All right.
That's hurtful. Sorry.
What do you guys are like?
I think that.
Now, guys, you guys know when something's thrown, right? It's going to have this, right? This tells you 20 feet. It took how long? 4.2, or excuse me, 0.42, and then what? It's going to come down, so 2.0 what? 8? 8? Okay, that's how long it was above the 20 feet. All right? So that is your answer for number A there. Now, what's the maximum height? What are they looking for here? What part of the parabola? The what? The vertex. Okay, the vertex. How high was the ball thrown? 31 feet. How long did it take to get to the that height, Dorian? 1.25 seconds. Okay, and how am I going to find the last question? How long did it take for the ball to hit the ground? Where'd that be, Logan? The second x-intercept, right? Nice job. Right there. And there it is right there. 2.64 seconds.
How do we feel about that one? All right? Alive.
What's number 8 or A? Like, what's the answer to that?
For what?
What?
Letter A.
A?
Like, letter A.
After how many seconds is the baseball 20 feet above the ground?
0.42.
0.42 is when it hits 20 feet.
And then
what?
hits 20 feet again.
2.08 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it both or just 2 points?
It's both of them.
So it'd be like 0.42 and?
Yep. Because it goes up and then what? Hits it coming down 20 feet. Yep. Hey guys, make sure you want to talk about starting with the decimals or fraction ones. No decimals and down there.
Sure. All right, for 8 and 9, when you guys solve these in square roots, looks like the directions are going to say no decimals for that part. You guys understand how to do it with no decimals? No decimals, no desmos. All right. So if x squared minus 64 equals 0, far right one.
Okay, you guys can close your computers now.
Add 64 to both sides. X squared equals 64. Square root. Positive and negative 8. Everybody good with that one? Next one. Now, here's where you're going to struggle if you're not confident on this. You're going to struggle by deciding, am I going to add the 6 to both sides, or am I going to add the 31 to both sides? What do you think? If there's no x terms, just x squared and just numbers, Aaliyah. Good. Add 31 to both sides. You guys understand what I'm saying? Some people might have done this. 4x squared. If I add 6, I'd have minus 25 equals 0, right? And then some people might try to pull out a GCF or something like that. That's not going to work too well, is it? I would not do it that way. Okay? So we're going to add 31 to both sides. Divide by 4. And then do what? Square root. Now, if we're asked to not write any decimals, we should not type in 25 over 4 in our calculator, should we? All right. We're going to actually square root both sides and it's the square root of 25 over the square root of 4. What's the square root of 25? Sorry, plus or minus. Plus or minus. And what's the square root of 4? Just, yeah. The plus or minus can go out in front of the whole fraction. So you should get 5 halves, positive 5 halves, negative 5 halves. Good with that? Next. Should I square root first? What'd you do first?
What? I was gonna say add 5.
No. We're undoing order of operations. Should I square root first? Should I square root first? Ooh, some of us have some studying to do. So x minus 5 equals plus or minus 6. Add 5. And when you get to that point, you're going to have two parts. 5 plus 6 and x equals 5 minus 6. What's 5 plus 6? What's 5 minus 6? Those are your two answers. Bless you. How could you check that? Plug it back in, right? Make sure it works. We're good? All right, what'd you do next? Number 11. Subtract 29. 2x squared equals, what's 11 minus 29? Negative 18. Divide by 2. X squared equals negative 9. Square root by sides. X equals plus or minus. Ooh. There's an issue. Issue. No solution. You can't square root of negative 9 in this class. Not in this class. Not until algebra 2. All right. The square root of negative 9. What number times itself is negative 9? Good luck. 9.
No solution.
No real number. No real number. It's called an imaginary number.
Negative 3 and 1 3.
I already asked that question.
It's not made up. Well, kind of. All right. Solve the equations using the zero product property. Here's the zero product property. It says if two things are being multiplied and they equal 0, then set both factors equal to 0, right? You guys understand that? If two things are being multiplied and their product equals 0, set both factors equal to 0. We got x equals negative 2, x equals trace. Is there a dolphin in here? Next one. 3x plus 1 equals 0. 2x minus 5 equals 0. Do we agree? Subtract 1, divide by 3. Subtract 1, divide by 3. Negative 1/3. Yes? Next one. Add 5, divide by 2. Five halves. 5 halves. Good so far? That was an exhausted sigh.
Is it good?
It was marginal. All right, solve by factoring. I'm going to do one of these because I want to get to, we're going to run out of time. I want to get to one of the ones where A is not 1. Do you agree A is 1? A is 1? They say life is easy. Multiply. 2. Add 2. Negative 10. What are those magical numbers that multiply to 24 and add to negative 10?
Negative 6.
Negative 6 and negative 4. right? If they add to a negative and they multiply to a positive, they must both be negative, just like some of you. All right. Don't be so negative. All right, x minus 6, x minus 4. And now you use the zero product property. X equals 6, x equals 4.
You know there's a show about King Julian?
Don't have time for it. All right, moving on. Huh? 17? You want to see 17? The crowd wants 17. All right.
I want 18.
Multiply to
30.
30. Add to
17.
what are those magical numbers? 15 and 2, right? So remember, if A is not 1, here's what you have to do. Rewrite. Hey guys, please listen. You're going to forget this on the quiz, some of you. It's on Monday. Set yourself a reminder. Study. Bless you.
Tuesday.
Remember, if A is not 1, you have to rewrite it where 17x gets broken up into 15x and 2x. Yes? GCF time. 3x, x plus 5. 2, x plus 5. 3x plus 2, x plus 5. 3x plus 2 equals 0. X plus 5 equals 0. Subtract 2, divide by 3. X equals negative 2/3. X equals negative 5. I have wonderful news for you. You're going to finish this review. And there's an easy way to check your answers. Do you know how? Oh, you guys are so smart.
Thank you.
I hope you have a splendid weekend. Set yourself a reminder. Grab those phones. Set yourself a reminder to study for the quiz. I will. On Monday. When is it? Monday. Monday.
Please, have Tuesday.
Monday.
I'll give you 1.5.
Shortened class periods on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. So we should make it Tuesday?
Monday.
We will all come in